emergency under 360. But financial crisis in both were attributed to turbulence in Middle East. Turbulence in Middle East or West Asia. So in 90s, India followed the policy of de-hyphenation, a strategic relationship with Israel on one hand, and also strategic relationship with Iran. If you see, Indo-Iran relationship also improvised. It's not because of oil and petroleum only. You know, Iran is natural fort. Iranian kings in the past also, in history also, had enjoyed so much immunity from attack. Why? If you see the geographical location of Iran, double cushioned security is there, natural security. In north, Caspian Sea and mountains, double cushion. It cannot be attacked from north easily. In south, Persian Sea and mountains, cannot be attacked from south. In west, in east, desert, cannot be attacked easily. Only way it can be attacked is from Iraq side. So Iran is quite immune. Even in history, you will find Persian rulers, including Shah Rukh, were enjoying so much immunity from attack, gifted naturally. Iranian geographical location is giving it a unique advantage. And in modern world, in the northern, this southern part of Iran, Persian Gulf is there, where highest oil and petroleum is produced. In the northern Caspian, where second highest known sources of oil and petroleum. So Iran is uniquely placed. And India had cultural, civilizational, historic linkage with Iran. Can you name certain Persians in Indian history? Persian culture is always considered to be advanced culture. Persian people are considered to be superior culture, advanced culture. Parsis, Persian culture. Mehrul Nisha, Nur Jahan was Persian. You know this or not? Court language, both in Sultanate and Mughals, was neither Mughal, neither Urdu, nor Turk, nor any other but Persian. पहले बोलते थे ना, हाथ कंगन को आरसी को क्या, पढ़े लिखे को फारसी क्या, यानी पढ़े लिखे मतलब ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज. Before advent of British, Persian was the official language. Akbar's regent was also Persian. Then Nadir Shah was also Persian. Although Nadir Shah is his name is taken negatively because he looted and plundered Delhi. That is another thing. So Persian culture is always advanced. When there was a spread of Islam, those who refused to accept Islam, they fled to India and settled in western part of India, near Mumbai and Western Ghat. And Persians are most successful businessmen in India. Tatas and Iranis and Godrej, they're most successful businessmen. In spite of their less number, their contribution in economy is disproportionate to their population. Huge contribution. You know this? So oil and petroleum is one of the reason, but historical, cultural, civilizational linkages is also there with Iran. Then Indian expatriates, large number of Indians settled in Gulf, including Iran. The strategic location of Iran in Middle East. And by going by the Kautilya's logic, Ari is Ari. India's neighbor is immediate neighbor Pakistan, and Pakistan's neighbor Iran. So immediate neighbor is Ari. Ari means enemy, and enemy's enemy is friend. So geographical location, Pakistan angle is also there. Pakistan is having majority Sunni population, but Iran is having majority Shia population. India is also having a huge Shia population. You know this or not? Bijapur, Golconda, South India, mainly Shia population. And also partly Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan region, Balochistan region. Also in Lucknow, Shia population is huge in India. Because their culture is considered always superior. आज भी देखते हैं कि बेकरी के मामले में ईरान का और इसका, या एस्थेटिक्स के मामले में, इत्र के मामले में, हायर सुपीरियर कल्चर के मामले में, साफ सफाई के मामले में, सैनिटेशन को लेके, क्लीनलीनेस को लेके, या फैशन को लेके, ईरान और शिया कल्चर इज ऑलवेज कंसीडर्ड सुपीरियर देन Sunni. So even if their numbers are less, but their influence is always more. तो ये एंगल भी देखना जरूरी है, सारा एंगल देखना होगा ना. हाँ अभी इस पे आ रहे हैं, अभी तो वो तो दैट इज द कंटेम्पोररी थिंग्स. So these are structural things, inherent things, embedded things. And you will find that Iran is a big challenger to Israel, not Saudi Arabia. Iran supports Hezbollah in Lebanon. And it is Hezbollah which repelled Israeli troops. Iran supports the separatist group in Yemen. So Saudi Arabia, Yemen war. Right? So Iran is asserting its position in Middle East. And Iran, radical Iran, grave threat to Israel and America. This is the reason why in 2001, George W. Bush described Iran, Iraq, and North Korea as axis of evil. And Israel believed that continuation of Iran is an existential threat to Israel and vice versa. Existential threat means if Iran continues, Israel's existence would be threatened and vice versa. If Israel continues, then Iran's existence would be threatened. Both consider this game as zero-sum game. Loss of one is gain of other. So, Iraq was attacked in 2003. Iran is very lucky, not only in terms of nature, in terms of turn of events also. Okay. Iran is very lucky in that sense that in 2001, when 9/11 terrorist attack took place, USA attacked Afghanistan, dislodged Taliban government. Taliban government mainly had the social base of Sunni Muslims, that is Pashtun Muslims, and Iran, India and Russia were supporting Northern Alliance. So Northern Alliance consisting of minority groups, including Persians, Iran got reinforced. अमेरिका कुछ भी करता है, ईरान को इनडायरेक्ट फायदा मिल जाता है. 2003, USA attacked Iraq. Sunnis were suppressed. Saddam Hussein was hanged. Who got reinforcement? Shias, and Iran is a Shia state. तो इसका भी फायदा किसको मिल गया? ईरान को. Iran was the beneficiary. America was so desperate in relation to Iran that it put a precondition to India that if you want to clinch Indo-US nuclear deal, just cancel the deal IPI, India, Iran, Pakistan, India gas pipeline. In fact, US made it a precondition. You vote against Iran in IAEA, we will give you enriched uranium without signing NPT, CTBT. So India voted thrice against Iran in IAEA. Voted thrice against. It's quite tragical that a signatory of IAEA, signatory of NPT and CTBT, is non-signatory of NPT and CTBT, India, voting against a signatory of NPT and CTBT, Iran. But America is the superpower. So America fulfilled its promise as India fall in line to vote against Iran. India convinced Iran that it is our compulsion. We are energy hungry. Our energy security is threatened. We cannot rely on Pakistan. Iran tried to give counter guarantee that if there is any terrorist activity, Pakistan obstruct, we take the guarantee, we take the counter guarantee, we will ensure supply of gas pipeline, gas. But America did not want Iran to get huge market of India. So these are the reasons why, and Bush administration put sanctions against Iran as North Korea formally withdrew from NPT and CTBT, but Iran started nuclear enrichment program. According to NPT, Middle East is a zone of peace. No war or no nuclear explosion can be done. But nuclear enrichment program, Ahmadinejad of Iran, in open TV live show, demonstrated to the whole world that we have enriched uranium 20 to 60%, that is sufficient to make bomb, nuclear bomb. Although we are not going for nuclear explosion like Israel, threshold country. India, Pakistan have conducted nuclear explosions. Iran and Israel have not conducted nuclear explosion, but they have capability to make nuclear weapons. North Korea withdrew from NPT and CTBT and conducted its nuclear test in 2007 onwards. So P5 are de jure nuclear weapon states. India and Pakistan and North Korea are de facto nuclear weapon states. And Iran and Israel, they are threshold nuclear weapon states. They are capable to make nuclear weapons, but they have not gone for nuclear explosion. समझ में आ गया? This is the, because Iran was convinced that where is international governance? America attacked Iraq even by bypassing the Security Council, even after veto by China and Russia. So American attempt to isolate Iran and Russia and China brought them closer. In recent past, you might have seen that Russia, China have signed multi-billion pact with Iran. Sanctions of America is ineffective because of cooperation between Russia, Iran, and China, and also North Korea, and other so-called rogue states in the eyes of America. And the countries like India also not ready to vote against Russia on the issue of Ukraine or Crimea. तो पहले जो अमेरिका का सैंक्शंस इतना इफेक्टिव होता था, 2003 के बाद इतना इफेक्टिव नहीं हो पा रहा है, क्योंकि पहले जो अमेरिका को डिफाई करता था, अमेरिका उस पर सक्सेसफुली अटैक कर लेता था. अभी क्या है? It attacked Afghanistan, but it proved to be a grand failure, a huge cost involved. ultimately withdrew in 2021. Taliban get back the power. Again, it attacked Iraq. It was successful in military operation, but failed in policing operation. It had to withdraw in 2011. Again, it put sanctions against Russia when Russia annexed Crimea in 2014. But Russia collaborated with China, India, Iran, and others to prove those sanctions ineffective, as Russia itself is a resource-rich country. Again, on the issue of this Ukraine, additional sanctions were put against Russia, but Russia is willing to prolong the war, as Western world have habit to fight a short duration war with victory. But Russia can go for prolonged war because of huge availability of oil, natural gas, minerals, LNGs, and so on. So Putin, after coming to power in 2000, willing to bounce back, willing to assert in international politics, not allowing its country to become follower of US, dependent on US. Yeltsin privatized all its industries in its 90s. Putin nationalized oil and petroleum sector, much to the antagonism of US. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन समझ में आ रहा है सारा? Everything is related. It's not isolation में नहीं पढ़ना. The world, हाँ. First of all, let me clarify that Iran believes the Jew state Israel as its enemy number one. Why? Because Iran, there was a Shia revolution, and Iran is not ready to accept the sovereignty of Israel. No diplomatic recognition, no diplomatic relation at all. While other Arab countries like Egypt, like UAE, like Bahrain, like Jordan, they have sooner or later accepted Israel. Second, after Shia revolution 1979, America totally became hostile to Iran, and existence of Israel in Middle East is attributed to the support by America. Number three, America has good friendly relation with Arab countries led by Saudi Arabia, with Sunni countries, but America is having very hostile relation with Shia state Iran. And Iran, Israel have a strategic relationship, and this is the reason why the Iran and Israel believe existence of the other as threat to the other. समझ में आ गया? देखिए, सऊदी अरबिया जो है वो अरबियन कंट्रीज इजराइल को धीरे धीरे रिकॉग्नाइज कर रहे हैं. इजराइल तो बिल्कुल अपनाता नहीं, रिकॉग्नाइज भी नहीं, टॉक्स भी नहीं. वो तो फिर भी टॉक्स करते हैं, अब्राहमिक टॉक्स, कैंप डेविड टॉक्स, ओस्लो टॉक्स. ईरान तो बातचीत करने के लिए तैयार नहीं, ना इजराइल तैयार है बातचीत करने के लिए, ना अमेरिका तैयार है ईरान से बात करने के लिए. उनको शैतानों का एक्सेस कह चुका, बोला वहां इस्लामिक रिवॉल्यूशन जब तक बदलेगा नहीं तब तक हमसे बात नहीं करेंगे. और ईरान में इस्लामिक रिवॉल्यूशन को ह्यूज पब्लिक सपोर्ट है, तो अमेरिका क्या करे, इजराइल क्या करे? इसलिए एग्जिस्टेंशियल थ्रेट है उनका. सऊदी अरबिया के साथ ऐसी बात नहीं, बिकॉज सऊदी अरबिया डिपेंड्स अ लॉट, देयर रॉयल फैमिली डिपेंड्स अ लॉट ऑन अमेरिकन सपोर्ट, व्हिच इज नॉट द केस विथ ईरान. ईरान theocratic leaders have huge public support, isn't it? तो दोनों में फर्क है ना. In Saudi Arabia there is only authoritarian government, but in Iran there is totalitarian government. Total control of a state based on ideology, based on religion, based on public support, which is very difficult to topple. इसीलिए समझ में आ गया. और after 1979, theocracy of Iran banned all multinational companies of America and other Western countries, hurting their commercial interest directly, in contrast to Arab countries who have allowed multinational companies of West to extract oil and petroleum. समझ में आ गया सारा इक्वेशन? तो इकोनॉमिक कारण भी है, शिया रिवॉल्यूशन भी है, टोटलिटेरियन स्टेट भी है, एक्सेस ऑफ इविल भी है, पब्लिक सपोर्ट भी है, इजराइल का एंगल भी है. हाँ, हाँ 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 अमेरिका का गेम प्लान यही था कि ईरान को तो एक ही तरफ से अटैक कर सकते हैं, इराक की तरफ से, और इराक में सद्दाम हुसैन हमारे हॉस्टाइल है। सद्दाम जो जॉर्ज डब्ल्यू बुश के फादर थे, एच बुश, वो भी रेजिम चेंज नहीं करा पाए थे इराक में, और इराक भी हॉस्टाइल हो गया था अमेरिका के। तो अमेरिका को लगा कि पहले इराक को हम हरा देते हैं, और इराक पे कब्जा करने के बाद ईरान पे हमला करना आसान होगा, क्योंकि यही एक एरिया है जहां से अटैक कर सकते हैं। जब तक इराक कंट्रोल में नहीं होगा, ईरान पे सक्सेसफुल हमला हो ही नहीं सकता, ना नॉर्थ से, ना साउथ से, ना वेस्ट से, ईस्ट से, एक ही तरफ वेस्ट से होगा, और वेस्ट में इराक है, और इराक में रेजिम चेंज सद्दाम हुसैन, और सद्दाम हुसैन के अटैक के बाद अमेरिका को लगा कि वो कंट्रोल करेगा इराक को, और फिर ईरान पे अटैक करेगा। हो गया उल्टा। When America attacked Iraq on the pretext of Saddam Hussein going for a stockpiling of weapons of mass destruction, ABC, atomic biological chemical, ये बात ही गलत निकली। कोई भी एटॉमिक बायोलॉजिकल केमिकल वेपन इराक में नहीं मिला, तो अमेरिका का प्रिटेक्स्ट ही रॉन्ग साबित हो गया। पहली बात तो ये। दूसरा, अमेरिका के सद्दाम हुसैन बिकेम हीरो इन द इस्लामिक वर्ल्ड, ग्रेट मार्टायर इन द इस्लामिक वर्ल्ड। इस्लामिक वर्ल्ड में सद्दाम हुसैन को हीरो के रूप में, मार्टायर के रूप में प्रेजेंट किया गया, और अमेरिका को विलेन के रूप में। तो जो अमेरिका का प्लान था उल्टा पड़ गया। उसने सोचा था इराक पे कब्जा करके, पुलिसिंग करके, तब ईरान से पे हमला करेंगे, उल्टा पड़ गया। इराक में ही दे वे बिकम अनपॉपुलर। नाटोज फोर्सेस वेर एम्ब्यूश्ड इन इराक इटसेल्फ। ईरान के तो नंबर बाद में आएगी। So they became so unpopular in Islamic world that Obama tried to reverse that image, and he, after becoming president, visited Egypt and called in parliament, Salam alaikum. He started with this address to improvise relationship of America with Islamic world. ठीक है, तो ईरान जो भी अमेरिका ने किया वो उल्टा पड़ गया। अफगानिस्तान में अटैक was successful, policing was unsuccessful, ambush, huge money given to Pakistan, huge cost of NATO, financial and human cost. ऊपर से इराक पे तो उल्टा ही पड़ गया, वीटो बाई सोवियत यूनियन, रशिया एंड चाइना। इवन देन अमेरिका अटैक्ड, नो वेपन्स ऑफ मास डिस्ट्रक्शन। सद्दाम हुसैन became popular in Islamic world, America became unpopular in Islamic world, so no question of attacking on Iran. ऊपर से पुतिन in Russia asserted, supported Iran, voted against America in Security Council. ऊपर से चाइना believe that it is India, means America is containing China, so Iran also supported by China. ऊपर से even India did not fully support NATO's attack on Afghanistan. It supported, but in Iraq it did not support. And India also had a strategic relationship with Iran because of all these things that we have discussed. So whenever America attacked Afghanistan, Northern Alliance became strong, which was supported by Iran. When it attacked Sunni Saddam Hussein, Shia groups became stronger in Iraq, again reinforcing Iran. तो जो अमेरिका ने किया वो ईरान इतना लकी है कि उसका ठीक उल्टा हो गया, और फिर एक और नया दुश्मन पैदा हो गया। When America was going for more arm flexing, North Korea withdrew from NPT and CTBT, and it became hostile to America. America attention got distracted towards Korean Peninsula. तो इधर ये भी हो गए, नॉर्थ कोरिया, किम जोंग टू। तो बहुत सारे एंगल काम कर रहे थे। और व्हेन अमेरिका वाज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर गोइंग फॉर हार्श एक्शन इन ईरान, 2007-8 सब प्राइम क्राइसिस, इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस आ गया। दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई आई सेड ईरान बहुत लकी कंट्री है। लकी सेंस में, सभी सेंस में, कि अमेरिका जो भी करता है उल्टा पड़ जाता है ईरान के मामले में। होता नहीं है कभी कभी कोई इतना लकी होता है? जैसे ईरान का जबरदस्त लक है। और लक तो एक ऐसा इनफॉर्मल बात है, मतलब बात फॉर्मल ये है कि ईरान का ज्योग्राफिकल लोकेशन है, जो स्ट्रेटेजिक लोकेशन है, ऑयल है, ह्यूज पब्लिक सपोर्ट है, थियोक्रेसी है, एक अल्टरनेटिव सिस्टम है, चैलेंज सिस्टम, चैलेंज करते हैं उन सिस्टम को, और सऊदी अरबिया की खिल्ली उड़ाते हैं। ये तो रॉयल फैमिली, दे आर ओइंग देयर पोजीशन टू देयर पपेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका। वी आर रियल हीरोज, वी हैव ह्यूज सपोर्ट ऑफ द पीपल, वी आर डेमोक्रेटिक, वी आर कमिटेड टू रिलीजन, वी आर डिफेंडर ऑफ शिया रिलीजन। तो करिश्मेटिक पर्सनालिटी है शिया लीडरशिप की, ह्यूज सपोर्ट है। हाँ, या या see, the Arab Spring is not there in Iran. In Iran, anti-American wave is strong rather than pro-democracy wave. Pro-democratic movement or Arab Spring is there in Sunni countries, not in Shia countries. Talking about Hezbollah, Hizab. Okay, so in that case, Iran, the through drone he was killed, na? The military general of Iran. Huh? Acha, recent percent within Iran. Okay. So these are, yeah, it's true that there was protest of human rights violation when there was death sentence by stone pelting of on adultery. Now there is also a protest against hijab. Means on continuation of hijab. So these are minor protests, sporadic. Overall, huge support of the public is still there with theocracy. Minor aberrations are there, but overall their huge support is not ended. They are successful in playing successfully anti-American rhetoric and anti-American card successfully. And adding to that, Israel and American actions are also adding fuel to that. जैसे उनके मिलिट्री जनरल को उससे ड्रोन से उड़ा दिए, तो then the public opinion was heavily against America, which was already against. फिर last year the nuclear power plant of Iran was hacked by Israeli Mossad and was exploded. That also caused resentment within Iran against them. So these are sporadic things. वो बड़ा issue है, ये छोटे मोटे issue. ये दिखाता नहीं है कि their leadership has become unpopular. In fact, Western media is projecting the things out of proportion, smaller things, to highlight that regimes in Iran and North Korea are highly unpopular, they are cruel, they are doing all violation of human rights and all that. लेकिन अभी भी उनका huge support. Anyway, so this is how that America was desperate to isolate Iran, but it could not succeed. Obama tried to improvise relationship of America with the Islamic world, and in 2015, after prolonged talks, JCPOA, Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, that is popularly called Iran deal. Iran deal was between Iran and P5+1. P5+1 means one is Germany. By that, Obama administration decided to gradually lift the sanctions against Iran. In return, Iran will gradually stop its nuclear enrichment program. Obama administration promised to gradually lift sanctions, and Iran will stop enrichment program. Although this step of Obama was condemned by Israel. Why? Israel believes that this lifting of sanctions will give breathing time to Iran, and Iran will, in a clandestine manner, in a hidden manner, will further promote its nuclear enrichment program in a very America will not be able to maintain its hegemonic power. So one of the American political scientists, Mearsheimer, who is also neo-realist thinker, says that maintaining hegemony on all continents is not practically possible. What America should do? America should maintain its hegemony in American continent and go for offshore balancing so that no Eurasian power can challenge America. This is the strategy that Obama is following. Mearsheimer strategy. Because America cannot be hostile everywhere. हर जगह लड़ते चले. Because in last 20 years, more than 20 years, America has lost a lot, and China, without involving into bloodshed, silently has made progress and is in position to challenge American hegemony. Now America is realizing that it is shouldering too much global responsibilities. It is going for too much proactive policy, so it should withdraw. This is the reason it withdrew from Afghanistan, withdrew from Iraq in 2011, and moreover, it has to focus on Indo-Pacific rather than Middle East. Right? Because Indo-Pacific is a rimland region, and one of the political theories suggests, Mackinders, that one who dominates land will dominate the world. Then another political scientist, T. Mahan, says that one who will dominate ocean will dominate the world. But the more relevant theory is rimland theory. One who will dominate both the land as well as rims. Rims means this rim will dominate the whole world. Land plus ocean, both. And based on that, America is in think tank. America is fine-tuning and calibrating its strategy to maintain its hegemonic system. Getting my point? So, Trump administration rejected Obama's initiative and many initiatives of Obama, like Paris Agreement 2015, no. JCPOA 2016, Obama, no. Trans-Pacific Partnership, no. Closer relationship with China, no. Currency war, trade war, America first. Further reducing its global responsibilities, faster withdrawal, Abrahamic talks, clear-cut support to Israel. Trump administration recognized East Jerusalem as capital of Israel. Withdrawal from UNESCO, as UNESCO recognized heritage sites in Palestine. Trump administration took so many radical steps. 2016 to 2020. Fully inclined with Israel, and also neglecting the killing of Khashoggi, the journalist of Saudi Arabia. And also critics say that America's commitment for democracy is nowhere. And Trump administration focused more on America first. Regarding Korean Peninsula, denuclearization of Korean Peninsula, first threatening, but later Trump, Kim Jong, Singapore talks. No aid to Pakistan, because Trump clearly said that great powers cannot fight perpetual wars. And also withdrawing from JCPOA, further putting sanctions on Iran. But we see that Russia under Putin since 2000, Russia is continuously under Putin, except the time period 2008 to 2012, when his close friend was president and he was prime minister. So in Putin era, 2000 onwards, we see there is clear-cut assertion by Putin. Oil and natural gas nationalized by Putin. Then also we see 2014 annexation of Crimea. Then 2021 attack on, that war is still continuing, Ukraine war. So Putin is going to the extent of prolonging the war, further putting Western world in odd situation. Europe, particularly France, Germany, and other countries who are depending a lot on Russian oil and gas, they want early resolution of the problem. But America, since 1973 oil crisis, has heavily reduced its dependence on Middle East oil. So America can afford more turbulence in Middle East, but Europe cannot. Moreover, geographical proximity of Europe with Russia is more, while America is far away. This is another reason that European Union want early resolution. India also favor peaceful, political and early resolution, but at the same time not ready to vote against Russia. So all these equations you need to understand in India's relationship with Middle East, with America, with Russia, with Japan, with its major powers, strategic powers, right? So we have finished this Indian world portion. If you want to ask certain specific question, you can ask next half an hour. हाँ, इंडो रशिया में जो पास्ट है वो तो जानते ही हैं. Before 91 or rupee ruble trade or 5-year plan. हाँ. Why did America give access to the market access to India? America has given market access to America. You know that India's highest export destination UAE, second is America. India is having trade surplus with America. You know this? अमेरिका से साथ हमारा फेवरेबल ट्रेड ऑफ बैलेंस है. हमारा यूएई के सबसे ज्यादा एक्सपोर्ट होता है, उसके बाद सबसे ज्यादा यूएस से ही तो होता है. इंपोर्ट सबसे ज्यादा चाइना से होता है. इंपोर्ट सबसे ज्यादा चाइना से होता है. चाइना के साथ ह्यूज ट्रेड डेफिसिट है हमारा, बट यूएस के साथ तो हमारा ह्यूज ट्रेड सरप्लस है, राइट? It's true that Trump administration, in order to protect the American interest, put restriction on H1B1 visa, put restriction on certain products, and market access were denied because of slow progress of WTO. Also, we are getting lesser market access, but the same is true with other countries, and other regional organizations are going for so many PTAs, FTAs, Sikka, Sippa. All these are going on already. I discussed about FTA with ASEAN, BTI with this European Union, PTA with Chile, Sikka with Japan, SIPA with Singapore, preferential treatment to CLMVT, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam. Transport connectivity is the major focus in our foreign policy. Ashgabat Agreement, North-South Transport Corridor, Moscow-Mumbai, Chennai-Vladivostok, BBIN, Kaladan Multimodal Project, Friendship Pipeline to Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Thailand Transport Linkage. So many are there. Jaranj Delaram. Jaranj कहाँ पे? अफगानिस्तान, ईरान. Operationalization of Chabahar. Right? Then our overseas base at Dukam in Oman, Farkor in Kazakhstan, strategic relationship with Mongolia. तो बहुत सारे कनेक्टिविटी पे और नेट सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइडर और फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर इन केस ऑफ डिजास्टर. I discussed already neighborhood first. Foreign policy in Modi 2.0. BIMSTEC and then others. No talks, composite talks with Pakistan. More engagement with resource-rich Central Asian republics. Isn't it? तो connectivity, first response, ये सब तो elements हैं new foreign policy में new elements. मोरे दारामाऊ, बहुत सारे नाम हैं. मोरे तालामाऊ, मोरे कहाँ है? मणिपुर में. तालामाऊ म्यांमार में. ट्रांसपोर्ट लिंकेज. सितवे से कलकत्ता मल्टी मॉडल. ठीक है. तो बहुत सारे कनेक्टिविटी पे वी आर फोकसिंग अ लॉट बिकॉज इट इज कनेक्टिविटी बाय विच चाइना हैज मेड ग्रेट प्रोग्रेस. सो विदाउट कनेक्टिविटी वी कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट डेवलपमेंट in the globalized world. And connectivity we are focusing not only in other countries but within our country also. Bullet trains, golden quadrilateral, diamond quadrilateral, increase international highway, inland waterways, sea route. Yeah, this क्या इसको कहते, राम सेतु प्रोजेक्ट, सागरमाला प्रोजेक्ट, नॉर्थ इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर. बहुत सारे connectivity is holding the key in development that we have realized, that we are following in foreign policy, that we are following in domestic policy. Domestic policy and foreign policy are interlinked. They are not to be separate. हाँ. South Pacific, oceanic countries. I have discussed with Australia, New Zealand, the Indo-Pacific first, Quad. Then we have the preferential, then we have RCEP, Regional Cooperation, Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Then we have East Asian Summit. Then we have nuclear supply from Australia, cooperation in wools, dairy products. For this, besides, although AUKUS we are not part of, but in order to contain China, AUKUS will supplement our effort to contain China to ensure that rapid rise of China remain peaceful. White paper of Australia, released in 2017, talked about lost one decade, 2007 to 2017. Australia was in vacillation whether to become hostile to China or not. But now it has realized, supported by America, that it has to accept the reality of rapid rise of China. And we have to ensure that rapid rise of China does not become threatening, intimidating. It remain peaceful. ठीक है. तो बहुत सारे इसमें भी पॉलिटिकल रिलेशन है, कल्चरल हिस्टोरिकल रिलेशन है. मल्टीकल्चरलिज्म जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने फॉलो किया था 1980s में, लार्ज नंबर ऑफ इंडियन इमिग्रेंट्स हैं, इंडो ऑस्ट्रेलियन कम्युनिटी है, और बहुत सारे एरियाज में कॉपरेशन है, चाहे एग्रीकल्चर हो, डेयरी हो, पॉलिटिकल कॉपरेशन हो, क्वाड हो. चाहे कंटेनिंग चाइना हो, इंडो पैसिफिक हो, आरसेप हो, ऑकस हो, and the geopolitics of Indian Ocean हो, centrality of ASEAN हो, all these, तो इसको तोड़ सकते हैं ना, पॉलिटिकल, इकोनॉमिक, सिविलियन, न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी, एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी is key concern in our foreign policy. Economic engagement is the key concern. Free trade area agreement. These are all areas of cooperation. ठीक है. Malacca Strait. All the during Bangladesh war, India threatened to block the Malacca Strait. Then only China deterred and did not support Pakistan. All Malacca Strait, 1/4 of world trade take place through Indian Ocean, and Malacca Strait is in Indian Ocean, and all trade, whether it's oil from the Persian Gulf or from Red Sea, or trade with Africa or with Mediterranean or South Asia or Southeast Asia, or connecting eastern part of China where there is major population, they are all connected through Malacca Strait. Choke point है वो, choke point. जिससे वो है ना वो Gulf of Hormuz, Gulf of Hormuz जो है यहाँ पे choke point है. This Oman, Gulf of Hormuz, Djibouti, वैसे ही Gulf of Malacca is also choke point. And India's presence in Andaman Nicobar, dominance of India in Indian Ocean, and Dio Garcia in American naval base, so many naval bases of France in Indian Ocean, coupled with geopolitics of Indian Ocean and 9-dash policy of China, right? All these are making this area very much significant. क्यों नहीं मिल रही है? क्योंकि OECD के मेंबरशिप के लिए जो साइज ऑफ द इकोनॉमी चाहिए, जो IMF में जो परसेंटेज ओपननेस चाहिए, अभी भी इंडिया की इकोनॉमी क्लोजनेस माना जाता है. जो कोटा है वो बेसिस होता है जियो गोर. इसमें जीडीपी का है 60%, ओपननेस का है 30%, 50%. इनका 15%, इकोनॉमिक वेरिएबिलिटी रिजर्व का सिर्फ 5%. तो OECD is an elite club. In OECD, all developed countries are there. India is a developing emerging economy, not a developed country. So India is seeking membership of OECD and G7, but is not successful in it. Lobbying hard. It's a long-term process. अचानक से इंडिया को एकदम तुरंत से नहीं मिल जाएगा. Nuclear supplier group. After Pokhran 1, 1974, since India did not sign NPT, most of the countries, including P5 countries who had nuclear know-hows, formed NSG, Nuclear Supplier Group. And they put forth the condition. Signing NPT and CTBT will be the precondition to get nuclear commerce. India did not sign. At present, it has 48 countries. But thanks to 123 agreement, Indo-US nuclear deal, India got exemption. Without signing NPT and CTBT, India is the only non-signatory which get the benefit of nuclear commerce due to the special waiver by US, by Indo-US nuclear deal. And it was signed in 2005. And IAEA and NSG ratified it due to American pressure. And in 2008, it became operational. It ended India's nuclear isolation. India got a special waiver. And now India is seeking its membership. If India get membership of it, it will get full nuclear commerce. Right now, India is going for bilateral nuclear deals, not with all 48. And India is having roughly 9 countries with which we have bilateral nuclear deal. But we want membership of this so that we get full nuclear commerce with all 48 countries. Because we are energy hungry, and in nuclear technology, collaboration will work better. If we want to bring our third stage of nuclear program in commercial domain, then it's our membership of it. This will be very essential. But this group take decision by consensus, and China maintained strategic silence till last. China is not favoring India's entry into NSG. China is member of NSG. All P5 countries are members of NSG. China was not happy with the special exemption given by US to India. Is this thing clear now? India is not having in the enrichment technology, uranium enrichment technology. And without enriched uranium, the pressurized heavy water reactor, Canadian model, had very low energy density. But boiling water reactor, which use enriched uranium, is having high energy density. But we don't have enrichment technology, uranium enrichment technology. This is the reason why we desperately need enriched uranium. And we follow uranium fuel cycle. Cycle means front end and back end. Front end of the uranium cycle, fuel cycle, is mining, prospecting, fabrication, enrichment. Back end is ENR, enrichment and reprocessing and disposal, waste disposal. India is following nuclear fuel cycle. समझ में आया या नहीं आया? न्यूक्लियर फ्यूल साइकिल क्या होता है? साइकिल जहां से चलती है वहीं जा जाती है. साइकिल में दोनों एंड होते हैं, फ्रंट एंड और बैक एंड. तो फ्रंट एंड क्या है? माइनिंग है, प्रोस्पेक्टिंग है, फ्यूल फैब्रिकेशन है, एनरिचमेंट है. और बैक एंड क्या है? एक बार उसका यूज किया यूरेनियम का और उसका एनरिचमेंट एंड रीप्रोसेसिंग. So we have to take uranium, enriched uranium from them. We have to use it for production of energy. And then we will have to give it back to them for enrichment and reprocessing. And when the radioactivity comes down very much, then it will be waste disposal in matrix under deep ocean, a bisemal zone. This is called nuclear fuel cycle. समझ में आया? सीरिया में इक्वेशन काफी कॉम्प्लेक्स है. सीरिया में जो है अल बसर है, वो that al Bashar regime is supported by Russia, who is also Shia. But in Syria, the support to militant groups is given by America in the southern and in the eastern side. Then there is also interference of Russia and ISIS, because ISIS is Islamic State of Syria and Iraq. So role of ISIS, role of Russia, role of al-Bashar, role of Russia, and role of Kurds, making the things quite complicated. Right? So Syria का मामला बहुत ही complicated है. That has become theater of rivalry of the major powers. In fact, Russia used S-400 against terrorists, but that was a kind of manifestation of its S-400 for selling its weapon industry. तो सीरिया का मामला काफी कॉम्प्लेक्स है. Initially, Turkey is still in NATO, and Turkey this fired on Russian aeroplanes, destroyed it. But at that point of time in 2015, the Russia could not take action against Turkey. But gradually Turkey was convinced that the anti-Assad groups are supported by US, which is in the against the interest of Turkey. So now Turkey is supporting Russia even though it is in the NATO. बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स है वो, नहीं, क्योंकि टर्की इज द ओनली मुस्लिम कंट्री ऑफ यूरोप. Turkey is there in NATO but not in European Union, and Turkey is asserting its position. And the developments in neighboring Syria, ISIS, how the Kurds were left at large by US. So this is the reason why credibility of America is coming down. And the way in which the more and more they are defying, Putin is defying Russia, America, is also eroding his hegemonic position. कुर्द्स जो हैं वो कई देशों में हैं. कुर्द्स जो है ईरान में भी है, इराक में भी है, सीरिया में भी है और टर्की में भी है. और दे आर मोर एजुकेटेड, दे आर मोर वेस्टर्न. तो इनिशियली दे वांटेड अ कुर्द नेशन, सेपरेट नेशन. America supported their cause, but supporting the cause of Kurd means threatening territorial integrity of Syria, threatening territorial integrity of Turkey, and threatening also ISIS as well as that of Iraq. Initially, America supported Kurd, but later, when it saw that there is all odds against it and no tangible benefit, America withdrew from it. So Kurds were left at large. Their insurgency continues, and moreover, there is fight for establishing supremacy. That Syria, led by al-Bashar, is establishing its supremacy. Russia is sending its troops, and ISIS is also getting clandestinely weapons from West, because they are oil wells are there in control. They are going for over extraction of oil to buy more and more arms, and they have become so strong. They don't follow the policy of hit and run like Al-Qaeda. They have established ideology, they have established establishment, and on the name of religion they are expanding their tentacles. So on the name of fighting terrorism, Russia attacked ISIS. But the purpose was not to combat terrorism. Purpose was to support its ally of Syria and to reverse the design of America in relation to Kurds. इसलिए बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स है मिडिल ईस्ट का प्रॉब्लम. नहीं, उसमें कई पार्टीज है. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ शिया का ईरान और सऊदी अरबिया का ईरान सुन्नी और सिर्फ इजराइल है. कई प्लेयर्स हो गए ना. Means in one line, Middle East, Syria, that has become theater of supremacy of major powers. ठीक? हाँ हाँ हाँ. यही तो रशिया ने किया ना, कि जो जुपिटर मिसाइल्स टर्की में लगाया, वो तो बहुत पहले की बात है. आज चेंज हो गया इक्वेशन. 2015 के बाद एकदम फेस ऑफ हो गया है. टर्की भले नाटो में है लेकिन क्लोजर टू रशिया रादर देन अमेरिका. फेस ऑफ हो गया है. खैर, उस समय की जो बात थी जब क्यूबन मिसाइल क्राइसिस हुआ था, तो जब क्यूबा में कम्युनिस्ट रिवॉल्यूशन हुआ, एंड कम्युनिस्ट का मेंटर कौन है? रशिया. तो रशिया ने वहां न्यूक्लियर मिसाइल्स लगा दिए टारगेटिंग अमेरिका. क्यों? क्योंकि उन्होंने भी टर्की में लगाया था टारगेटिंग रशिया. Kennedy administration was alarmed. Satellite pictures confirmed nuclear deployment. America ordered naval blockade, and the two superpowers are at the verge of head-on collision. But goodwill prevailed. Secretary General mediated, and a deal was finalized. According to deal, America will withdraw Jupiter missiles from Turkey, and Soviet Union will dismantle all nuclear weapons deployed in Cuba. And Cuba was given only a verbal assurance that America will not invade it in future. Cuba was left at lurch. Cuba got disillusioned from Soviet Union, and then it joined NAM after 1962. This was Cuban Missile Crisis. This was the gravest crisis of Cold War. Bay of Pigs mission, मैंने बताया ना, failure of Bay of Pigs mission, Batista, Fidel Castro, nuclear missiles, role of Hammarskjöld, the Secretary General. That was the case. So let me clarify that you have to understand it from the very beginning, because this is not that at all the things developed all in sudden today. You will have to know that Afghanistan is the graveyard of the major powers of the world. In East India Company, also when there was communist government formed in 1979, and this communist group have all minority groups, namely Kazakh, Uzbek, Russian, Persian. All these people of these nationalities, minority groups, came together to form communist government, and this communist government was opposed by Pathan Pashtuns. Opposed by Pathan Pashtuns. Pashtuns are of 34% population, majority population of Afghanistan. They have deep feeling of pride and tribalism and egalitarianism. They don't accept authority of anybody. So when communist government was formed, then America supported Pashtun groups. Pakistan also supported Pashtun groups. Why? Because northwest frontier of Pakistan is having majority Pathan Pashtun population. In order to address the domestic constituency, to placate Pathan Pashtuns, they supported Pathan Pashtuns against communist government, and moreover they were ally of US in 1979. Traditionally, minority groups are supported by Russia because Northern Alliance is having Russian, Kazakh, Uzbek, Kyrgyz, Persian nationality. Iran also supported, and because of hostility with Pakistan, India also supported Northern Alliance. So they formed Mujahideens. Mujahideens means Army of Allah, God. Initially, they fully supported Mujahideens. But once this government was toppled, and Mujahideen also turned the table against Pakistan, they asserted their own independence. In this context, Mujahideens, one of the group, became Taliban, which became dominated by Pathan Pashtuns. So Pakistan was supporting Taliban from the very childhood, from the very beginning, but later Mujahideens became more independent. And when Cold War ended, यहाँ पे तो रशियन का ट्रूप्स हुआ था, Russian troops were sent. Russian troops faced heavy casualty due to Pathan Pashtun, Mujahideen and Taliban. At that point of time, America and Pakistan supported Taliban. But after end of Cold War, America did not pay any attention to Afghanistan. Right? After 9/11 terrorist attack, America badly needed Pakistani soil to conduct its military operation in Afghanistan. And 1996 to 2001, Taliban government was there in not only Kabul but most of the parts of the Afghanistan. 1996 के पहले Northern Alliance tried their best to save their area of influence, but 1996 Taliban established their control. When 9/11 terrorist attack took place, it was Taliban and Al Qaeda supported by Taliban. So Pakistan had to go for U-turn. For so long they were supporting Taliban. Now they are providing land to US for military operation against Taliban. Because of this U-turn of Pakistan, there was backlash, reaction, revenge. And since Pakistan provided land to US for military operation, then Taliban backlash against Pakistan as well. And now Pakistan is also victim of terrorism. So Pakistan says that we want to fight terrorism, but not at our cost. We will be wiped out on the name of fighting terrorism. We were forced to make a U-turn by America after 9/11 terrorist attack. In spite of 33 billion US dollar that America gave to Pakistan in the year 2011 to 2021, Pakistan's economic condition deteriorated, their terrorist activities increased, their various sports teams, schools, civilian places were being attacked, and still that is on and on. ये है इसकी कहानी. So now the Pakistan is realizing that if we are nurturing snakes in our backyards, they will bite us also. Now Pakistan is realizing that menace of terrorism is threatening its existence as well. Moreover, Obama on Osama at Abbottabad, Abbottabad in Pakistan, further proved the point that Pakistan is not only epicenter of terrorism, but Pakistan is also supporting terrorism. India's stand got vindicated. And this is the reason why Pakistan got isolated. And this is the reason why now its economy is in bad shape. Seeking help from sometimes Iran, sometimes Saudi Arabia has refused to give its help. America has stopped the supply. Now Pakistan's economic condition is in very bad shape, and such turbulence in our neighborhood is bad for us also, because that will have cascading effect on us. Because in Kashmir earlier there was demand for autonomy and political settlement, and Sufi form of Islam was there, but because of Mujahideen in Afghanistan, many terrorists infiltrated to Kashmir, making the militant movement more radical and fundamentalist, threatening us more. समझ में आ गया सारा? क्योंकि you have to see from the larger perspective. Population का composition, कौन किसको support कर रहा है, क्यों support कर रहा है. Domestic constituency, पाकिस्तान के politicians को नॉर्थ वेस्ट फ्रंटियर में जीतना है, तो किसको सपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा? पठान पश्तून्स को या माइनॉरिटी ग्रुप्स को? पठान पश्तून्स को. और पाकिस्तान का जो वेस्टर्न प्रोविंस है बलूचिस्तान, दैट इज शिया मेजॉरिटी प्रोविंस. देयर इज बलोच इंसर्जेंसी. पाकिस्तान ब्लेम इंडिया एंड इज रॉ दैट इट इज प्रोमोटिंग इंसर्जेंसी इन बलूचिस्तान. So even CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, is avoiding Baluchistan major part to reach to the Gwadar port, because that insurgency may ill affect Chinese investment, threaten Chinese investment in Pakistan. तो सभी चीजें इंटरलिंक्ड है. ठीक है, और कोई क्वेश्चन? एकदम फर्क पड़ेगा. We are neighboring countries. If there is radicalism, there is fundamentalism, if there is growing menace of terrorism, that will have cascading effect not only in Pakistan but also in Kashmir, also to us. More narco terrorism, more drugs smuggling, more insurgency, more radicalism. We want prosperous, democratic, stable neighborhood. which is in our interest? नहीं, because a disturbed Pakistan, disturbed neighbors will cause cascading effect on India. Indo-China war क्या था? Problems within China had cascading effect. बांग्लादेश वार क्या था? Election in Pakistan, General Assembly, Awami League denied. तिब्बतन क्या था? Internal problem. रोहिंग्या क्या है? Internal problem of Myanmar. तो दूसरे देशों का इंटरनल प्रॉब्लम हमारे पे पड़ रहा है ना? पड़ रहा है, नहीं पड़ रहा है? अब नेपाल में कोई भी पॉलिटिकल टर्बुलेंस आता है तो सीधा इंडिया पे कि इंडिया के रॉ। श्रीलंका को रहता है कि इंडिया एयर ड्रॉप कर दिया था इंडिया में के लैंड से तमिल्स को सपोर्ट मिलता है, क्योंकि तमिलनाडु, हिंदूज ऑफ तमिलनाडु, दे सपोर्ट Tamils of Sri Lanka against Sinhalese Buddhist of Sri Lanka because of religious affinity. Dravidian parties also are sympathetic towards Tamils in Sri Lanka. They don't want India to have friendly relation with Sinhalese government of Sri Lanka. तो हमारे नेबरहुड में पीस हो, स्टेबिलिटी हो, डेमोक्रेसी हो, प्रॉस्पेरिटी हो, इट इज इन आवर इंटरेस्ट। ऐसे नहीं सिर्फ बोलने के लिए नेबरहुड फर्स्ट, नेबरहुड फर्स्ट वो सिर्फ बोलने के लिए नहीं है। अगर नहीं होगा नेबरहुड में स्टेबिलिटी तो हमारे को प्रॉब्लम आएगी नहीं। ऑफ कोर्स नेशनल इंटरेस्ट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर। हेन्ना एरेंडेट एक पॉलिटिकल साइंटिस्ट है, वो कहती है ह्यूमन राइट्स का कॉन्सेप्ट एक मिथ है। ह्यूमन राइट्स का सिर्फ लिप सर्विस है कि ह्यूमन राइट्स, असली बात है सिटीजन्स राइट, क्योंकि सिटीजन्स आर टैक्स पेयर्स एंड वोटर्स, नॉट ह्यूमन। रोहिंग्या वोट देंगे, टैक्स देंगे? जो वोट देगा, जो टैक्स देगा, वो ज्यादा वैल्यूएबल है या इंसान ज्यादा वैल्यूएबल है? टेल मी। टैक्स वाला और वोट वाला, वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रहेगा। एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द कंट्रीज आर डूइंग द सेम। अमेरिका को ह्यूमन राइट्स की याद ज्यादा आती है डेमोक्रेसी की ऑयल रिच मिडिल ईस्ट में, अफ्रीका में नहीं आती याद। तो वहां कहां चला गया उनका कंसर्न? तो वो असली बात है नेशनल इंटरेस्ट, ठीक है। दैट प्रायोरिटी ऑलवेज नेशन स्टेट्स गिव प्रायोरिटी टू देम, ठीक है। यमन क्राइसिस, यमन जो है यहाँ पे, जो ये साउथ ऑफ सऊदी अरबिया है, यहाँ पे कई मिलिटेंट ग्रुप्स हैं जो शिया हैं। इन मिलिटेंट ग्रुप्स को सपोर्ट करता है ईरान, और यहाँ की सरकार भी उनको प्रमोट करती है, क्योंकि यमन में साइजेबल शिया पॉपुलेशन। दिस एंटागोनाइज सऊदी अरबिया, क्योंकि सऊदी अरबिया के लिए ईरान इज एनिमी, and insurgent groups in Yemen creating problem in southern Saudi Arabia, which is not acceptable to Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia attacked Yemen. Large number of Indians were entangled here. So Operation Rahat, we appealed, requested Saudi Arabia that for few hours you stop bombing, we rescue our Indians and you fight them. That is called Operation Rahat. तो ऑपरेशन राहत, ऑपरेशन गंगा, भारत को क्या लगता है हम अपने लोगों को निकाल लें, बाकी लड़ते रहो तुम। आपस में जो भी दुश्मनी है, डी हाइफेनेशन है ना, समझ में आया? तो जहां जहां ईरान अपने शिया ग्रुप को मजबूत करेगा, चाहे वो यमन हो, चाहे वो लेबनान हो, चाहे वो इराक हो, वहां सऊदी अरबिया की बादशाहियत को खतरा हो जाएगा। कह रहे हम सुन्नी 90% है, हम सुन्नी के लीडर हैं, और ये 10% वाला ईरान अपने आप को सुपीरियर समझता है, कल्चरल सुपीरियर समझता है, हमारे खिलाफ कॉन्स्पिरेसी करता है, और अपने आप को इस्लामिक वर्ल्ड का लीडर बनाता है। वो 10% वाले लीडर, हम 90% वाले लीडर नहीं। तो इसीलिए मेरे सऊदी अरबिया इज ऑलवेज हैविंग राइवलरी विथ ईरान, एंड मोर ओवर सऊदी अरबिया इज इवन ज्वाइनिंग अमेरिका टू कंटेन ईरान, क्योंकि सऊदी अरबिया तो हेरिडिटरी किंग है ना, कोई पॉपुलर लीडर तो है नहीं। सलमान द क्राउन प्रिंस, जबकि वहां ईरान के लीडर पॉपुलर लीडर है, रिलीजियस लीडर है, टोटलिटेरियन स्टेट है, ह्यूज पब्लिक सपोर्ट है. इवन ट्रम्प सेड that if we withdraw support to the royal family of Saudi Arabia, their governments will be toppled just in 2 weeks. ट्रंप ने पब्लिकली कह दिया. इतना ज्यादा इंसल्ट हो गया नहीं? पब्लिकली कह दिया 2 वीक तक हम रॉयल फैमिली को सपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे, ये उड़ जाएंगे, खत्म. मतलब सऊदी अरबिया को इतना हेविली नहीं लेते, ईरान को तो हेविली लेना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ईरान के हिजबुल्ला, ईरान का फाइटिंग स्पिरिट, ईरान के लीडरशिप को पब्लिक सपोर्ट, ईरान का कल्चरल सुपीरियरिटी. नंबर कम है तो क्या हुआ, और ईरान का लोकेशन इतना इम्यून है वो अटैक से, इतना लकी कंट्री है, इतना लकी रीजन है कि यहाँ ईरान पे अटैक पास्ट में भी, हिस्ट्री में भी आसान नहीं हुआ है. ईरान पे अटैक हिस्ट्री में भी नहीं हो पाया, इसलिए पर्शियन रूलर्स वर सिटिंग पिटी कंफर्टेबली सेफ. दे कुड अटैक अदर्स, लेकिन उन पे अटैक करना बहुत मुश्किल आज भी. ठीक है, तो वी हैव फिनिश्ड दिस. ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर, एंड व्हेनेवर यू फाइंड एनी प्रॉब्लम देन टेलीग्राम चैनल पे क्वेश्चन डाल सकते हैं. PSIR by कुमार उज्ज्वल. Since 2005 टेलीग्राम चैनल पे कोई क्वेश्चन डाल सकते हैं, देन आई विल बी रिप्लाइंग एज पर माई कंफर्ट. कोई भी क्वेश्चन इमर्ज होता है ना, हाँ, ये टेलीग्राम चैनल PSIR by कुमार उज्ज्वल सिंस 2005. तो इसमें कोई भी क्वेश्चन डाल सकते हैं, आई विल बी रिप्लाइंग एज पर द कंफर्ट, क्योंकि इसमें कई स्टूडेंट्स हैं, वहां पे भी दिल्ली के भी, श्री राम के भी हैं, इसके भी हैं, और भी इस रीजनल सेंटर के स्टूडेंट्स हैं. तो जो भी क्वेश्चन होगा आई विल बी रिप्लाइंग ऑन दैट.